Hello, it's me again. It's really hot, and yeah. So I was asked by a friend that kind of checks my videos out and gives me, advice like, "Hey, that Simply Logic was way too freaking long and boring." But what were the other games I saw in the background? So I guess I'm going to release 2 or 3 more videos regarding, simple logic is logically simple. In this case, we're going to play a game called Kenken. So Kenken is this little game here. And basically what it is you have 1 through 4. This is an easy one, but 1 through 4 in rows, 1 through 4 in columns. But on top of that, you also have to stay within these little grids. So like this blue one is 9 plus, which means everything adds up to 9. This is 8 plus. It looks like everything's plus because it's an easy one. So let's start. We know that this 3 plus means that these two have to be 2 and 1. It's the only possibilities of the numbers 1 through 4, right? So 1 and 2. Well, we can't figure out anything else except we know these have to be 3 and 4. Now, if this was a 4, for this to add up to 6 with only 2 more boxes, these would both have to be 1s. Well, that's not possible. That breaks the rules of the game. So this must be a 3, leaving that to be a 4. All right, well, that's pretty cool. Now, in this maroon colored area, this little backwards L Tetris piece here, 8 plus. So 4 plus what equals 8? Well, it can't be 2 and 1, right? 2 and 2, which does equal 8, but again, it would break the rules. You'd have 2 2s in this last column. So it has to be 3 and 1. Well, there's a 3 there. That has to be a 1. This must be a 3. I said a 3. Thank you. Leaving 2 and 4. Well, 2 and 4 do equal 6. So that's good to know. All right, woohoo. What else do we got? Over here, this little light green, or I don't know, dark green. Anyway, to add up to 6 with 3, it would have to be 3 and 1. 2 and 1. Don't mind me, my math is a little off. I'm a little slow when it comes to math, as I'm sure you can all tell. Anyway, 2 and 1. There's a 1 here for this row, so this can't be a 1. It must be a 2. That must be a 1. Through this logic of just having to fill in, this must be a 4, this must be a 2, 4 and 2 is 6. What adds up? Well, that must be a 3. Finish up this column, this must be a 1. 8. So we could say 8 minus 1, leaving 7 for these two, but they all have to add up to 8. So that's a 4 and a 3. There's a 3 right here. This must be a 4. This must be a 3. Now we have 2 and 1. We already figured out earlier. Well, now, because of this 1, we know this can't be a 1. That must be a 2. This must be a 1. This is an autofill to a 2. This is a double autofill to a 4. And look at that. We figured it out. We're amazing. So we could do next level. Let's go one a little bit harder. We'll come over here to this one. We have to fix this screen. I'm all stretched out. Look at me, I'm all stretched out. Why would I do something like that? Let's see if we can fix this. While we're at it, we'll put it on the left, throw me on the right, and see if that works a little bit better. Now again, the name of this particular game is Kenken. It's also another low-level logic game. And believe it or not, it's by request. So, bring this over here, and so about like that. Maybe that'll be a little bit better. Okay. So, again, now we have a little harder one. There's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now our numbers are 1 through 5. You'll also notice that, yes, there's a plus, but look at that little asterisk. That means multiplication. And it looks like this whole game is only multiplication and plus. All right. So what multiplies for 2 and 1 using the numbers 1 through 5? Well, this has to be 2 and 1. Well, that's cool. Well, what about multiplication here to 8? Well, numbers 1 through 5, the only ones that can do that are 2 and 4. But since there's a 2 in one of these boxes, that cannot be a 2, meaning it must be a 4, leaving this one to be a 2. And we're on our way. So, 4 plus. What two numbers remaining? 1, 3, 5. Well, it must be the 1, 3. Now, we don't know what order yet, but we know this must be a 5. Aha! Well, that's kind of neat. What else do we have? Multiplication to 12. So this must be a 4, a 3, and a 1. Well, because of this 4, we know this box can't be a 4. And since we know there's a 1 in one of these two, we know this can't also be a 1. That must be a 3. And we're cooking with gas. This is 2 and 1. Well, we don't know what else, but we know this must be the remaining 5. All right, that's pretty cool. What else do we have? 5 plus. This must be a 2 and a 3 or a 4 and a 1. All right, that by itself doesn't tell us anything yet. But what we do know, interestingly enough, is that 9, only using the numbers 1 through 5, remember, for this row, 9 can only be 4 and 5, right? So there's a 4 and a 5 here in some order. Now this needs to be a 4 or a 1, right? So if there's a 4 or 5 here, this can't be a 4, meaning it must be a 1, leaving this to be a 4. Did that add up for this brown area? Well, 3 times 1 is 4. 3 times 1 is 3, times 4 is 12. All right, so we're still good there. What else do we have? We have 2 and 5 down here. Well, because this 5 right here, this can't be a 5. Must be a 2. This must be a 5. 5 plus 5 is 10. Plus 2 is 12. From 16, that must be a 4. Wow, we are friggin' amazing. 4 and 5 right here for this row, meaning that has to be a 3. We know 5 and 3 is 8. If we're only using addition to 10, that has to be a 2. Down here is a 1 and a 4. Because of this 4 on the row, that must be a 1. This is our 4, and we're on our way. 3 and 1 must go here and here. We don't know what order yet, so leave them alone. But 4 and 1 is 5. If we're only using addition to 7, that must be a 2, leaving this to be a 3, meaning that is a 1. Look at logic. Isn't logic fun? All right, here's our 5, 3. Well, we know it not only because the row needs a 5 and a 3, but also because numbers 1 through 5, there's only 2 of them that multiply to 15. 5 and 3. What order? Hell if I know. What about up here? 2 times 1 are the only ones that can fit here, and the row tells us that as well. Because of this 2 down here in this column, this can't be a 2, it must be the 1. This is now a 2. We have a 4 and a 5 left for this plus to 9, right? 4 and 5. That's a 4. That can't be, must be a 5. This is a 4. Over here we have a 3 and a 5. Because of this 5, the 3 must be on this side. The 5 goes on this side. Down here we have a 1 and a 3. The 3 is there, the 1's there, so we have to reverse them down here. This will be a 1, this will be a 3, and we figured it out. And that is a medium level Kenken. Now I don't want to bore you guys because you either like this, you don't like it, maybe you learn a little bit of something. But simple logic is logically simple. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a good day. Oh, and by the way, I care about you guys, which is why it's so much shorter.